time to step into the rhyme light. However, before I start speaking, I would like to make clear that my rhymes will probably go over your head, and you are the stupid bitch here. No armadillo. Good armadillo. Armadillo. No lie. For me, going to bed is like laying down to die. No lie. For me, going to bed is like laying down to die. No lie. What I say and do doesn't go over your head. It goes through. It sticks to the brain of the few. I would commit suicide, but I'm already surrounded by a bunch of people who must have tried, because they walk around like they have bullets lodged in their mind. At least that's what I find. A whore outside at the door is not worth 5 inside on the floor. Not even 4. 4, no less, no more. I don't have any buds because I always cut them up and smoke them.
With you, it is 2022. With me, it is 2. 2. Oh. 2. With me, this is 2022. With you, it is the year of the tutu. With you, it is 2022. With me, it is 2. 2. Oh. 2. Retarded. Peter, Carter. Why don't you go punch somebody in the face or something?
My rhymes are lessons, not gifts. Why don't you get with them for a bit? My rhymes are blessings, not gifts. Why don't you get with them for a bit? Think about it. No, you won't. Maybe you did. I am life itself. If I liked people, I would probably be a cannibal. I don't like people. They're all like a cannibal. You don't understand. You are stupid. You don't understand that you are stupid. You don't understand. You are stupid. Right, where are we here? I got lost. Or did I get tossed? Gods. Who knows? Who cares? Is there anybody out there? Sounds more natural, doesn't it? Alright. Nature's little tank. Nature's little tank. That's what she said. Good Emmerdale. Yes, Emmerdale. Good Emmerdale. Nate little tank. That's the dealio. Here's the dealio. This hero is reaching the end of the alphabet. Replace the H with it. Huh? Wait a minute. This hero is reaching the end of the alphabet. Replace the H with it. Just not quite yet. With me, this is 2022. With you, it is the year of the tutu. With you, it is 2022. With me, it is 2. With me, this is 2022. With you, it is the year of the tutu. With you, it is 2022. With me, it is 2. Who taught it? Peter taught it. Why don't you go punch somebody in the face or something?
I am free falling, and I can't get up. Here is a mock lesson. Let's see if you can pinpoint where it all starts to go wrong. You are black to the past, straight from an ass. You are black to the past, from an ass. Yes, I'll agree with that. That sounds like a fact. Life is always right. Soon, Pussy. When I go outside, it is always right. Soon, Pussy. In front of my house, all the time. Nothing but shit that is bad for the mind. Yet, still I shine. Shit. Not pussy. 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 In my kitchen, there is a sinkhole and also an asshole. In my kitchen, there is a sinkhole and also an asshole. I would commit suicide, but I am pretty sure I am around a bunch of people that try. They walk around like they have heads with bullets inside. And I 10 times stronger, so chances are even higher that I will survive. And I don't want to be like them, so I won't. And instead, I will just be writing notes that insinuate I don't want to be alive. Girls call my dick the boob tube. That used to be what they called a TV for all the young ones listening. Looks like we have reached the ending. This is the end. It is the end of life. Just keep going.
That's a very respectable, cool doc line of work, which we'll learn a little bit about in here. And really, doc. At the time, we were just starting doing brain imaging. But flashing the doc, and it's going to go by, it's trashy, so you get a nice doc on the brain. I'm not having any of it. And I kept saying, to get a job, just do one experiment so you can show in your doc that you can do brain imaging. It might help you. You don't need to do a lot of it, just do one experiment. And to see how we recognize scenes, not just objects and places. But how do we know where we are? How do we recognize if a scene is a dock, city, or a beach, or whatever it is? Dock, I said, okay, Doc, we'll just scan people looking at pictures of Doc and looking at other kinds of pictures. And we'll just kind of see if there's any part of the brain that responds a lot to seeing Doc. It really was not well thought out. This is not how you should do an experiment. It shouldn't be based on Doc, calculations, lack of theory, any of the above. But the fact is, that's why we did that experiment. Doc needed to be able to show a Doc brain image in his Doc. So we scanned some people looking at seeing Doc, and the results knocked our socks off. We found a part of the brain that responds very selectively when you look at images of seeing Doc, not when you look at faces, objects, words, or pretty much anything else. And so we'll learn more about that later in the course. We called it the Doc Place Area, and that launched a whole major line of work in my lab and now dozens of other labs around the world. So, backtrack, we'd already found that Doc, and here's this Doc in my friend brain sitting right next to the paradigm place area. So then, I remembered, let's look at this Doc in my lab from a few years ago. And so I fiddled around and found Doc, managed to download the files. There it was. You could see that Doc blob, but in the scan from a few years before, it was much smaller. It was the size of a grape. And so that told us a bunch of things. Most importantly, it told us this thing is growing really slowly. And that was hugely important because brain Docs are very bad news, and they usually grow really fast. And the fact that it grew really slowly told us that this was not one of the kind of worst, most invasive, most horrible ones. It was clearly a problem. It was big, but at least it wasn't growing hugely fast. Doc. But how poignant that there it was in my own damn data, and I hadn't seen it in my friend's. Well, I'm a basic researcher, and I didn't look, and I didn't see it. So indeed, the next day, they told us that they thought this was glioma, not cancer. We knew that you could have Doc, but you can. And they still need to come out if they're big enough, and that's very serious, but it's not as bad as having Doc, cancer in the brain. So as we're collecting information, the next day I'm hanging out there was an amusing Doc moment when one of the residents came, and I said kind of sheepishly, because you don't want to seem like you know more than the residents, and in fact I didn't really know more, but I just thought I'd provide a little information. I said, he's actually had a bunch of years, and there's a region of the brain nearby that, that I've actually studied a little bit. And the residents is like, we know who you are. So much for my, trying to stay under the radar. That afternoon I talked to a Doc friend of mine, because I figured, okay, we need advice, we need help, we need Doc. And the Doc friend said, quote, it like got branded Doc in my brain. She said it is of paramount Doc importance that you find the best Doc. It's the difference between whether Doc dies on the table or goes on to live a normal life. So this is the privileged part of the story. I'm not that well connected, but I'm a little bit connected, and I kind of dug around and did what I could, and we spent a couple of weeks and we found the best Doc. And the night before, Doc was staying over at my house, and I thought, I've been dancing around this Doc for years, but now, it's all out in the open. We know there's a problem, and I'm going to test him. I'm going to find out what the hell's going on. This is, after all, one of the basic forms of Doc data that we collect in my field. That is, testing people with problems in their Doc to try to figure out what things they can do and what things they can't do. It's a way of figuring out what the basic components of the mind and brain are. It's actually the oldest, most venerable method in our field, and it's a huge one. So I thought, what the hell? So I said, okay, Doc, draw me a sketch of the Doc map, floor plan of your house. Take a few minutes and draw this thing. It was shocking. There weren't even, the rooms Doc in a kind of arranged house, they weren't even aligned. There was like a Doc soup of lines. There was no organization from one room to the next. Kind of realized this isn't right, is it? Didn't know how to fix it. Just couldn't visualize what it looked like to be in the house, and so we couldn't draw the floor plan. And I thought, okay, he hasn't been there in a couple of days. So I gave him another piece, and I said, okay, draw the floor plan of Doc, my house, where you are right now. And so it took a couple minutes and delivered a similar Doc mess. Imagine the layout of the room that he'd been in a few minutes before. And then, trying to channel my inner, I thought, okay, another piece, and I said, okay, draw a bicycle. Why did I choose a bicycle? Because it's a multi-part object that has a bunch of different bits that have a particular relationship to each other. Just as the rooms in a house have a particular spatial relationship to each other. And I wanted to know problems specifically about that multi-part thing that you have to remember the relationships to. Artist, to put it mildly. But his cock was clearly recognizable as a cock. It had the two wheels and the right relationship, and it had all the basic parts in roughly the right place. I then had him draw a lobster, cock, another multi-part object, and also his lobster was not beautiful, but in the right place. And so that's very telling. He had a specific problem in, imagining, reproducing, remembering. It's not totally clear. The arrangements of parts in a room, but not the arrangements of parts in an object. We'll get back to that more in a few weeks. Okay, so, get all that. So the next day, 11-hour, major, hardcore, extreme cocks. Remove a huge cock head, piece of bone from the back of your, pull apart the hemispheres of the brain like this, go in like multiple inches and remove a cock, like holy crap, right? Said cock was right near the vein of Reitland lived, a couple thousand years ago. The fact that there's a vein of cock means it's a big-ass vein, the kind of vein that even would have found with, dissection 2,000 years ago. This cock was all wrapped around and interleaved with it, but because we found the best cock, and because we have extreme. Another time, I was at a conference and I saw, there are these arrays of posters of people presenting usually pretty dry scientific things, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the title of a poster, and it says, Deficits, an Early Sign of, and I saw that, and I just thought, and I just kind of suppressed the thought. So I thought, oh my God, Bob wasn't that old. I know I can very rarely strike early. I didn't want to think about it, but it was like rattling around in the back of my consciousness. So there had been these signs, but as I say, they didn't make sense because he was holding down a very high-powered job, writing beautiful prose. He was the life of every party he was at, witty, funny, everybody's favorite life of the party. So how could that be? It just didn't make sense that there would be anything wrong. So I managed for a few years to notice these signs and ignore them and not pay any attention. So the killer thing is, I should have known better. My research for the last 20 years has been on the very fact that there are different parts of the brain that do different things. And one of the corollaries of that is you can have a problem with one of those parts and the other parts can work just fine. And so I, if anyone, should have realized, yes, there's something really wrong with my abilities. And the fact that he's smart and witty and funny and holding down a high-powered job doesn't mean there isn't something wrong with his brain, with a part of his brain. But then, as I'm leaving, it kind of all clicked. And I said to the doc, you better check his brain. I thought it was out of earshot when I said that. He heard it. He's like, what? I was like, oh, never mind. Anyway, the doc, with the kind of confidence that only docs can muster, said, no, not a brain thing. This is a heart thing. Which wasn't exactly reassuring. But I set aside the doc thought. And I went off to work. So throughout the day, things seemed to be fine. They'd done worse. They weren't finding anything. We just got calmer and calmer about it. I guess sometimes weird stuff happens and you just move on. But then that night, around 7 or 8 at night, I was over at a friend's house and the phone rang. I picked it up and get over here. Something in my... So I ran out of the house, grabbed my phone, and as I'm to the Meldar, I called my trusty lab tech, an amazing doc who keeps track of all kinds of things much better than I do. And I said, I remember that we scanned a bunch of docs years ago for a regular experiment in my lab. And I don't remember anything about it, but dig around in the files and see if you can figure it out. It might be useful to have that. So by the time I get to my lab, bot texted me back and said, found this, I'm putting them in a Dropbox for you. And to me, you want to see it? It was already shown the picture of this doc. And so they take me in there, and I look at it, and I gulped. There was a thing the size of a smack in the middle. Pretty terrifying. So, this doc in the middle is right next to the region that my lab had studied in great detail. In fact, my lab had discovered that a brain region right next to where that doc was located was specifically involved in navigation. How could I not have put all this together? But I didn't until that moment. And I thought, of course there's a doc thing is right next to the parahippocampal place area, which I discovered, and a nearby related region called Gok, of course. And how the hell could I not have known? But I didn't know. In that earlier work, it had been nearly 20 years ago, I had a postdoc to understand how we seed.
What's wrong? I don't know about this. But you said you'd be happy. Yeah. But we're forgetting somebody very important. Who? What do you mean? We won't be so happy about going out on dates. Wow. I never thought of that. I don't want to be not happy, and I don't want to be not happy. And I don't want us to be not happy. This is so complicated. My first headache. Are you ready? I'm ready. Did you catch the ring? I catch the ring. What looked like I caught the ring? Do you know how to turn this off? Another stupid question. Well, give me something to catch the water in. Got it. Here. It's working. But it's filling up fast. Give me something bigger. Got it. This is worth more than $2.50 an hour. Full of popcorn. Throw it away. Here. Now what? Just get rid of the water. I did it. You did nothing. What are we gonna do? Let's get into our bathing suits. You know, this would make a great dress if I put a belt on it. Belt you, you little nerd bummer. Take it off right now. No, look, she's stretching it out. You don't have to yell at me. Got ears. But you got nothing between them, you old chicken wing. Oh, yeah? Well, if I'm a chicken wing, then you're a double-decker lame-like chicken sandwich. You have a wonderful big sister. Wonderful little sister. Yes, I do. I do. Yes, I do. Her name's Michelle. So happy to see you. Just because I tease duck face is making me call sorry. Then I'll invite him over for some soup and quackers. I'd kill myself. I'm sorry, I had to get it out of my system. I can't talk. My voice is back. It's a miracle. This is Stephanie, and I'm really sorry. Well, nice talking to you. I'm sorry I quacked at you. And I called you duck face and threw little pieces of bread. You're welcome. Anything else? Yes, there is. Want to say hi to my... About this girlfriend thing. Can't tell anyone I'm your girlfriend. Yeah. Top secret. What does that mean? It means we'll never talk to each other. We'll never look at each other. We'll never hold hands. We'll be total strangers. You know what I'm doing now? I'm afraid to ask. I'm giving you a secret kiss in my mind. Ew! Have you seen? If I wasn't so steamed, I would have thought of that. May I come in? Thank you. You made me call breakfast, and now he thinks I'm his girlfriend. He kissed me in his mind. I'm a dead duck. Have a nice day. And I wanted to, and the next thing I knew, I was in the kitchen. It's not your fault. I had no business being in your new, it was perfect. Go ahead, yell, scream, punish me. Or if you want, I'll just move. I know, that's why I ran away. I know, everything I do is wrong. I hate myself. I don't deserve fresh air. Till I get married. Stay my rest of my life. And I should never get any allowance or presents ever. And you should send me away to carpenter school so I can build you a brand new house that you can live in without me. And you'd never have to hug or kiss me. Nothing? You still love me. I wrecked car and I broke the house. I'm thinking myself. I'm sorry, toys. I don't deserve to play with you anymore. Here, take goodbye. Yes, I do. I'm too dumb to have toys. And I don't deserve pillows or blankets or sheets, too. I can't leave the room. I grounded myself till I'm 82. Please don't make me have fun. I better not. I'm dangerous. That's why you hate me. Why are you yelling? I'm being so grouchy. You mean you're really not mad at me? Counting yours. Million. I could do that if you write about dog, cat, tree, and Stephanie. There's nothing to talk about. I don't have a... And there's nothing you can say to change that, right? See?
I'll never eat another cheesy yum-yum as long as I live.
I want my bed back.
Steph, you're supposed to be gone tonight.
It was a stupid party with stupid people and stupid mother-daughter makeovers.
Steph, I'm out of here.
Just forget it.
Can I have a minute alone with my... I'm sorry I had such a bad time tonight. I know exactly how you feel.
No, you don't. When you got to go to the honeybee slumber party with...
But that doesn't mean I don't miss her just as much as you do.
It's not fair. All those girls with her were so happy. Why couldn't I be happy too?
You know, sometimes I look at other girls with them feel the same way. How do you make the feeling go away? Think of the things that we do have that other people don't have.
Like what?
Well, we have people that love us alive. We're the only ones with it. And we have something else too. We
Thought it over. Can I do it? Please, 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 let me do it. There's only one thing stopping me from being the happiest I've been in my whole life.
of all people.
Comet, I have a life. I have friends.
Whenever.
And I have my family.
Whenever.
But I have 8 hours free every night.
When I'm sleeping.
Who am I kidding? I have no life. You're right, I quit. Why do I have to do everything like when did it, how did it? I want to be treated like it is. All my friends have it. No. I guess maybe. I don't know. Is this true? How will I know? I love you too. I promised I wouldn't tell. And you taught me never to break a promise. This is that kind of exception. If I tell you, can we just keep it between us? That's what I should have said. Okay, there's this in my bad. Or it's positive. Another accident. Why? Please. I swore I wouldn't. But what'll happen? It's been a whole week and he's still not worried. They took him away from. I never should have. Now he's gonna hate me. This is all your fault. Then why they have to take him? What's gonna happen? Then why do I feel so lousy? Hi. What are you doing? I feel like crying. Me too. But we can't do that in front of. Why not? Because if he saw us crying, he might start to cry again too. Crying? We gotta be brave and let him know that we're sad too. I don't know if I could do that. You have to. How can I stop myself from crying? Just think of something funny, like when... Yeah, that always makes me laugh.
Cool. I got a need. Hey, can I go? It's Saturday. See, that was almost too easy. Steph, are you sure you want to do this? Let me think about it. Thinking? I'm out of here. Steph, you're not going. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I can't let you go. Be right out. I thought you said your sister was cool. She used to be. Forget it. There's no way you can make me stay. Okay, there's one way. I can't believe you put me in this position. What about all those times that you snuck in after curfew and I never said a word? That's different. This is dangerous. Steph, are you coming or what? Yeah, I'm coming. No, you're not. You're bluffing. I'm going. I'm serious. Gotta go without me. Never mind. Sorry. I hope you're happy. Now just stay out of my life. We need to talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. You just hate to see me. Oh yeah, Steph, that's real bright. The first thing on my mind when I wake up is, how can I make Steph miserable today? So you admit it. Oh, you're losing it. No, you just don't understand. I would have some fun. Just get it out. No. Oh my God. Can't believe it. Well, yeah. but Steph decided not to go.
Probably too proud. I could have been there.
Yeah, but you weren't. Because of you. I mean, I knew it was dangerous, but I wanted to go anyway. I'm so stupid. No, you just think that nothing bad could ever happen to you.
Did you ever think like that?
Nobody knows this, but
One Halloween when I was 13,
she was sleeping here. We thought it'd be great to stay out all night.
Was it?
Well, I thought so at the time. I mean, we were all over the city. We even hitchhiked.
You hitchhiked? What are you, nuts? It's so dangerous.
Well, I know that now, but back then I was young and stupid like you.
So how do you get to be old and smart?
Well, after a while you just get this little voice inside that tells you when something's dangerous. And if you're lucky, you learn to listen to it.
I think I heard that voice before I got in the car with these guys. It sounded a lot.
As you get older, it starts to sound a lot more like you.
Glad you were there for me. And listen, I'm sorry about what I said. You're still pretty cool.